What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at Turtles of Grayskull Ram Man, Mutated Battering Ram. And there were two variants of this Ram Man that came out. I have the fully translucent version here. One did come out that was a purple color, but he wasn't quite so translucent. We have Masters of the Universe and Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles down here at the bottom of the box. We do have Skeletor and Shredder up in the top corners of the box, signifying that Ram Man is going to be mutated into a bad guy, because these are the tops of the bad guy boxes. So as we spin it around to the back, we got a really cool picture. I'll try to zoom in on that so you can read it if you want to. It says, "Ram Man did not hear his assailant's attack. It was as if the wind suddenly choked him out. He awoke covered in ooze, and he opened his mouth to speak, only to hear a bah come out of his mouth. All he knew was he had a master, and his name was Krang." Okay, pretty intense there. So the ooze just must automatically give you the ability to be controlled by Krang. And then we've got He-Man and it looks like Moss Man down here tied up, ready to be thrown in next. As we come down to the cross cell, you can see that he can fit the axes in both of his hands. This wave has Raphael, Shredder, Beastman, and Ram Man. These three have already been done and are uploaded on the channel if you want to go back and take a look at those. And then we're getting to Ram Man right now. So let's get turned around and get him pulled out of the box and take a better look at him. All right, now we're going to get him pulled out of the box, but before we get him pulled out of the box, do me a quick favor, bounce down, hit that like button, go ahead and run over and subscribe, turn the notifications on, that way you'll catch all these videos when they come out, you won't miss any. Any of these guys that you see in the background here have already been reviewed on the channel. That goes for Motu, TMNT, as well as wrestlers DC and Spawn. We got a lot of stuff up on the channel, so subscribe so you don't miss any of that stuff. And now we're going to go ahead and get him pulled out of the box. Go ahead and get his comic pulled out. I hate when they see that there? I hate when they tape it or it gets glue on it. Just not very professional in my opinion. Now this Ram Man, he feels like a very robust figure. I can tell that already just by having him in hand. We will pull out his little axes here. Might have to do some band breaking to get that one out. And it looks like we're going to have to cut some ties on the back. One. That one's already done. Two. There, now we can get him pulled out of the box. He is a big burly figure. Like I said, we will bring in some other figures to kind of compare and contrast his size and stuff. But let's just get him set up. I really like him. He's definitely moving his way into one of my favorites. There you can see where we got a little bit of glue on the comic book. Man, that just ruins my day. But thankfully, Belly of the Beast Man is a comic that we've got before. Everyone in this wave, Raphael, Shredder, and Beastman, also came with this same comic. I'm just going to do a quick flip through. If you want to pause it and take a closer look, you are more than welcome to do that. We got some little teasers and stuff down in here, and we are waiting on this wave with Michelangelo to actually hit the stores. Haven't been able to get a hold of the Michelangelo, the Tila, or April O'Neil. I don't remember which one that is. Then it also comes with Skeletor and Casey Jones, I believe. I'm not sure if he makes an appearance in this comic or not. It looks like he does not. And then we got a little teaser of Metal Botto, and he does come as a Build-A-Figure with a couple of the other characters. The reviews are up for those. So there's this comic book. And then we got this little piece here that's just going to show what's removable. Basically the same thing on everybody. And he is using that bigger buck that they used on Krang and Slaker as well. First, we'll go over his weapons. They are a gray, kind of a metallic gray. And it looks like it'll just slide right in his hand, or yeah, for some reason, if you wanted to do the double battle axe kind of bow staff thing, it will slide into the bottom here. I'm not really sure who's going to do that or why, but they did give you the option. And then here is a big robust battle axe that will also go in his hand if you just want to display him that way. We're going to set these to the side and kind of go over his articulation. He can look to the left, and you do have to kind of tip his head up just because of his little goatee hitting on all of his armor. He can look to the right. He can look down pretty good, and he can look up about that far. Not too bad. We can see he's got horns coming out of the helmet and then some like long purple goat ears. I really like what they've done here. It looks like this is going to be removable. We do have, let's see, we do have a 360-degree waist that will spin, pop apart. As far as the arms, they'll go up to about there. Single-jointed elbows. These are big elbows. I believe these are the Andre the Giant arms. Of course, these are not going to be the Andre the Giant hands, but we can spin around at the joint here. We can spin at the hand as well as articulate in and out. Like I said, he comes apart at the waist. As far as the splits, just due to his skirt and these big old legs, he's not really going to get much farther than that. He does have a single jointed knee that you can bend, which is new to Ram Man. That's not really something that has been a part of the Origins line Ram Man before. We have seen it in Masterverse, but not in Origins. And then as we come down to his feet, which are also a completely new mold, those will articulate back and forth and then point up and down. So that is going to be all of your articulation on Ram Man. Let's go ahead and pop off this armor and get a quick look at his chest.
Now this is a soft, more like rubbery style armor, I would say. It's not that hard armor that we got on the wrestlers. However, I am having trouble getting it apart. It's really tight on this guy. Boom, we just mess it all up. Pieces go flying everywhere. Let's see if maybe we can get it apart easier this way. And this is why I don't mess with the armor, guys. So I'm not going to display him with the armor off, but I'm going to take it off painstakingly just to show you guys what he looks like, what his buck looks like when he is armor-free. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. I don't want to break my fingernails trying to get this off of here. And then his head will just pop right off. And then finally, we can get that over top of his shoulders. And then these pieces. If you want to kick off the skirt, that will also just lift right off. Looks like we've got some plastic shavings in there.
And so there we have a shirtless Ram Man. Definitely a different look than we've seen for Ram Man before. But let's go ahead and get a better look at his articulation here with the armor off. So the arm will spin all the way around, as you can see. And then here is a better look at that single jointed elbow. And it is very stiff. It seems to be kind of, you can hear it kind of snapping into place. But that is Ram Man all unarmored up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get his armor back on him, as well as pull down a couple other figures to compare with him, and we will be right back. All right, seconds for you, minutes for me, but we are back. I figured lining him up this way would be the best way to represent the character. As you can see, he's just a little bit taller than Shredder is, but then he's shorter than Slaker and definitely shorter than Krang, or the Megator Krang. So they have used pieces that they used on Slaker and Krang as far as the arms and the waist, I believe. But then I think they used bigger legs on Krang and Slaker, and we just have kind of a standard leg on Ram Man with the addition of some different calves and feet. So that's why he stayed a little shorter. It looks like his torso and groin and arms are that of the Andre the Giant buck, but then we do have smaller legs and feet on him, keeping him in scale with Shredder. So I like that. I like that they didn't blow him up because he's a robot. He is a Megator and robot Krang, so it makes sense that he wouldn't be as big as him, but he is still really buff and burly because that's how Ram Man was. He was just always a thicker figure. So now that we've got all of these guys out, who's your favorite out of these four here? I suppose we could have brought in Mutated He-Man instead of Shredder, but I really like the way Shredder's looking, and I kind of thought, you know, these are all bad guys. I guess Mutated He-Man's also a bad guy, but I wanted to bring these guys in just so you could kind of get a look at them. they scale the best together. He-Man's got a little bit different body style. He has the same buck as Shredder, but then he's got the bigger arms like these guys here. So out of all of them that have came out so far, I'm definitely going still with Megator Krang as my favorite character. But Mutated Ram Man might be pulling into a close second. As far as the Turtles go, as of right now, I'm probably stuck with Raphael being my favorite. I don't know. I really want to check out that Mikey in hand, but let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of this Turtles of Grayskull line? Is it something you guys are picking up? Let me know down in the comments. Are you just sticking with Origins, or have you guys went all in on this Turtles line like I have? I'm a fan of Turtles anyway, so this mashup was just something that it seemed like it was meant to be for me. I'm really pleased with the way all of the figures are coming out so far. And I believe other than the newest wave, we do have them all. At least all of the ones that are available as of now commercially. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you could, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, turn your notifications on. That way you don't miss out on any future content. You guys are what help this channel grow. I try to get up at least 5 to 7 videos per week. Mainly upload days are Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. And then I'm kind of doing some other things on the weekend, out hunting for some of this stuff to get up on the channel for you. You know, it takes a lot of time going to different stores all over the place because certain stores have things in stock and then other stores don't. I wanted to pick up a second mouse jaw. I don't know if you can see him or not back there in the left. Right there, I only got the one mouse jaw, and I really was wanting to pick up a second one, but they went on clearance real hard, and I guess they just sold out fast. And went from one day they had like 4 or 5 of them on the pegs to just I couldn't find any anywhere. So maybe they're en route to Ross or one of the discount stores. Not exactly sure. But again, thank you guys for watching. Have a blessed day. Tell someone you love them, and I'll see you in the next one.